Albert Einstein once said that if all the bees disappeared, mankind would only have 4 years to live. No pollination means no plants. No plants means no animals. Actually, Albert Einstein never said that. I've seen that quote on the internet a few times, so I looked it up. It really sounds like something Albert Einstein would say, but he didn't actually say that. Now, Darwin once said that if the humble bee became extinct, the heartsease and red clover would become very rare or disappear. No red clover means that no cattle, and without beef, where would the Englishman be? Good stuff. Oh man, stab myself. Okay, today I'm going to talk about 5 reasons that beekeeping is awesome. First of all, now these are subjective. These are my order of things. It's not necessarily yours or anybody else's, but this is why I believe beekeeping is awesome. Number 1 is think about what the bees give you. They give you honey. Now honey, most of y'all watching this probably know this, but the honey these girls make is not the same as what you buy in the store. Most of the honey in America is imported, and frankly, a lot of times it's cut with other things, fructose sugar, beet sugar, and it's not real. It doesn't have the health benefits. Now, even if you go to the store and it says raw honey on the label, it might say local honey on the label in the store. A lot of times that honey is pasteurized, and that'll kill a lot of the real helpful properties. So this kind of honey from a beekeeper is what you want. This is the stuff that is so healthy and good for you, with its antibiotics, antimicrobials, little traces of pollen to help you get over your allergies. It is really good stuff. But they also give you wax. They give you propolis. You can make medicine. They used to use honey as wound dressing for many, many years, and they still do in some places. So the bees give you awesome things. That's number 1. Number 2, as a hobby, beekeeping can be fairly low maintenance. I mean, when I was up in Portland last week, my son spent a lot of time with his dog. His dog is great, wonderful dog. He's got cats too. But every day he's walking the dog, rain and shine, and he's, doing a lot of things for the dog and the cat. And that's great. Having dogs and cats really helps you out. But keeping bees requires no more maintenance than a dog or a cat, I say. Just a few hours a week and you can take care of them. Okay, pollination. Another reason that being a beekeeper is awesome is because these guys pollinate. These girls pollinate the heck out of everything. If you have a garden, your garden grows great. It is just a wonderful thing what these bees do. So pollination is a good one. And I suppose I should mention all the pollination. Just about all the food we eat wouldn't be possible without the pollination in one way or another. Even if you're talking about eating beef or something, you still got to feed the beef with pollinated plants. And it's not just bees that are pollinators. There certainly are other native pollinators too. But bees are terrifically efficient at pollinating plants. They're really good for nature. Okay, number 4, and again, this is kind of a subjective list, but another reason it's just awesome to be a beekeeper is that we're saving the bees, you know? Yeah, like I said, there's other native pollinators. The bees aren't the only pollinator, but the bees are in trouble. There are certain people who will talk about the fact that these bees are actually from Europe and not natives, but they came over with the very first Europeans who came to America. So I kind of challenge the people who say that these are not native. Maybe they should go back to wherever their ancestors came from, unless they're Native Americans, you know? All right, so saving the bees, educating people about the bees and pollination. It's awesome to be a beekeeper for these reasons. Number 5, keeping bees is good for what ails you. I did a video earlier, or I guess last year it was now, talking about PTSD and how beekeeping is really good therapy for PTSD. But aside from that, when you keep bees, you get yourself in a place that's close to nature. The bees illustrate God's plan for creatures on this earth, and it's tremendous. They always surprise you. They always do stuff you don't expect. So beekeeping is just awesome on a lot of levels. And these are just the top 5 for me personally. What are your top 5? What makes you want to be a beekeeper? Shoot me a note in the comments. We'll talk about that. All right, this is Bruce, and it's good to be back in Florida. Man, the sun's shining today. I love it. I'll see you next week.